Hello, my name is Kevin Durham. I'm a comedy producer and charity auctioneer, and this is a brief introduction into who I am and what I do. Formed in front of 700 clients now and audiences, with testimonials coming in from Deborah Meaden, Lord Coe, and many corporate heads in many different organisations. And the way in which I work is very much client focused. So what I really like to do with my auctions is, first of all, I like to look at the audience and the vibe and energy of the event, and that really kind of feeds into two different styles that I have. Now, one style is very traditional, and you may have seen it before at previous events, and you may have seen it on TV as well, on programs such as Homes Under the Hammer. Now, this is where an auctioneer stays static at the podium with a hammer and gavel, and they work their way through their auction items. Now, this style is perfectly fine, and I've done it many times in the past. Now, the second style that I offer is very much unique to myself, and it's a very high energy, entertaining alternative to that traditional style that I was talking about before. Now, this is where I'm on the ground. I get in the thick of things with your guests. I grab a wireless mic, and I am quite literally running in between tables. I'm goading people, I'm creating bidding wars, and in my experience, when people are being entertained in this way, that's when you can really get the most bang for your buck. That's when you can really maximize the bids and get the most amount of money you possibly can. I always like to arrive at my events early, and if possible, and sometimes it's not possible, but if possible, I really like to mingle and get to know the guests before the auction. Normally the big spenders, you didn't hear me say that, but I normally get to know these people before the auction commences. Now, I wouldn't say that this method is essential to get the big bids coming in, but it can really help. And at one event in particular, there was this lady, and we probably spent about 10 minutes just kind of hanging out, having a conversation. There were some games around the room, and I took her around. We played a few games, and she was the highest bidder on the evening. And I'd like to think that a big part of that was because that I got to know her a bit. We had a conversation, and I developed a certain amount of trust between her and me, which I think really encouraged her to bid and more and dig deeper when the auction started. My auctioneering services aside, I'm also an experienced entertainer and event host. If you'd like to find out any more about these services, then please visit the link which is displaying on the screen right now. And thank you so much for watching. Please do get in touch. I'd love to see how I can help at your event. There's a contact form just below this video, so please fill that in, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.